family business owner, I think we don't have it easy, especially if you are trying to create something new and there's no like rule book. Messing up is a part of the process of any entrepreneur's journey. Innovation is so important. We want to make a positive change in Singaporeans. For the last 35 years, we grew from just a humble distributor to an importer of rice. Now we have big goals to be a rice exporter.
And by the way, I'm so glad because we say rice cooker, right? So we won't get blasted by Uncle Roger.
What's she doing? What's she doing? Drain the... Oh my god!
Exactly. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Man on a Mission show. Today we have a very special guest.
Coming from a multi-generation business, right, and owns a brand, a household brand that everyone loves or would have tried and eaten before.
Yes, that's right, and that is
SongHe
Xiangmi.
I need to give a formal introduction to this brand, right, because of its long years of heritage, and it's a brand that everyone knows, so I better do it right. Trusted by generations, Tong Seng Produce is Singapore's leading rice importer and exporter. Since 1990, the SongHe brand has been a staple in homes, right, hawkers, hotels, and restaurants across the region. They are known for its quality and quiet consistency. Today, we are honoured to be joined by Ellie Ng, the second generation leader behind the brand. Let's welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie and I'm on a mission to enriching people's lives with good rice and by doing good.
Okay, let's begin. Okay, so I think my question would be for Tong Seng Produce as the next generation of business leaders. How do you all constantly stay number one and always being the trendsetter of the industry?
I don't think we are purposefully trendsetters. We are accidental trendsetters. And really all the decisions that we make as a company, right, is really for the good of the people and for our consumers to eat with a peace of mind.
What are some examples of trend-setting initiatives that you have done over the years?
Fun fact, we are Singapore's first company that actually introduced chilled warehouse for rice.
Wow, chilled warehouse for rice.
What does that mean?
More for sushi or seafood, right? Not for rice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So I'm so glad that my dad, also the founder and the chairman of Tong Seng Produce, he actually made the decision to install Singapore's first chilled warehouse for rice. And that is to prevent like additional fumigation to be like sprayed on the rice.
I see.
Oh. So previously before chilled warehouse, how did it look like? It was like some smoking thing.
Most rice suppliers, right, we store our rice in a normal ambient facility.
Okay.
And every 3 weeks we need to 打药. 打药 is like a fumigation.
Okay.
Just to ensure that the rice weevils like 小虫, right, will be kept away. But we decided that is not very good for the health. That's really harmful for the body. And then my dad was like, okay, no, we have to make sure that consumers eat with the peace of mind and that, 你是吃的嘛，吃的东西. So he decided to actually invest in chilled warehouse facility that, at that point in time, it's really like it's hefty, right? You're building a new warehouse with all the controlled temperature, just to make sure that 我们的米是吃得安心，吃得开心。
Okay, I see. I never understood last time why some of the rice always have those weevils and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's because of this whole thing, and then there is now chilled facilities
to preserve. It's like a modern preservation technique. I would say that my dad had a foresight to invest 15 years ago.
Wow. 15 years?
Yeah.
Oh.
And in 2022, SFA actually had a mandate and saying that, tell all the rice suppliers that many rounds of fumigation is not healthy for people. Yeah. And then they are, suggesting and, recommending that, hey, all the rice suppliers should actually start doing this and having like chilled warehouse facilities.
I see.
Yeah. And we're so, because we've been doing this for 15 years, so it's like, oh, okay, thanks. Thanks for letting us know now.
But it's only a recommendation, right? So it's not enforced, but...
So I think it's more of like a scientific fact that they found like, actually having rounds of chemical fumigation just to preserve the rice is harmful for the body, which is something that they do not want for the Singaporeans, right?
Yeah.
And so now they came out with a whole letter. There was even like the whole line. I can show it to you later.
Yeah.
You can just put it online.
Yeah.
And that they are saying like, let's not do too many rounds of fumigation. But of course, as in business or for some of our rice suppliers, they feel the need to fumigate if their stocks don't run as fast, right?
Yeah,
Because they need to store. Yeah, it's like a method that I'm so happy that we adopted 15 years ago, and then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, we are safe.
Yeah.
We are not feeding people with fumigation or like preservatives that we knew long ago that is bad for health.
Yeah. I remember during COVID period, because everyone was buying up stocks, right? Of preservation and for survival. I remember they showed how Singapore kept a whole storage of rice. And I believe it's all chilled. Is it chilled? It's chilled, I think
was
so.
it shown on the TV?
Yeah, it was shown on the TV
Oh,
that it's all
okay.
chilled in the cold warehouse, right?
Yeah, so I think I missed that news, but
Yeah.
probably they showed one of our warehouses.
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, chilled warehouse. And actually, Singapore government is very, very good. Rice is actually a stockpile item.
Yes.
Yes.
So essentially, for every 1 kg of rice that we sell, right, we have to store 3.5 kg worth of rice for emergencies.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just want to tell everybody out there that you don't have to worry. In times of crises, we definitely will have rice.
I see.
mean, during COVID, right, when we were urgently like supplying stocks to FairPrice and Sheng and everywhere else, right? Because like everyone is so frantically like getting
buying
the
up.
rice,
Stockpiling,
very,
right?
very worried. And I
Yes.
know rice is a form of security and a form of like staples for many people.
Yeah.
But I just want to tell y'all, you don't have to worry because we got so much, like, just every minute that we're talking,
Yeah.
we have in store for you. And like that is a government mandate, making sure that we are secure, like we have food security.
Yeah, but I'm curious. That means that actually for the amount of rice that you're selling, right, the storage fee would be humongous, right?
Yes, bought by us.
Wow. Okay.
And that's why the chilling facilities is something that is actually more expensive, isn't it?
But the decision was still made anyway because of the prioritization.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This type of like strategic directions that was led by my dad. I think at that point in time, he didn't really worry too much about the investment, even though it's hefty,
Yeah.
right? He just really wanted for everyone to eat with a peace of mind because this is you're ingesting this
Yes,
into your body
daily, on a daily basis.
on
Yeah.
a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's not like a phone that is manufactured from the factory, right? That is, it's a little bit different, and we really wanted to honor that, and that's our mission.
What other initiative do you remember over the years that was first done by Tong Seng Produce?
Oh, okay. We are also the first to actually introduce a type of oil called Rice Bran Oil. And we launched it under our brand called Rice Field. Yeah, so we call ourselves the rice people, and of course we have thousands of types of rice.
Right.
However, we also have oil that is that we strongly live by. It's called Rice Bran Oil. This oil is extracted from the rice bran.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, under heat extrusion. Yeah, so when we first launched it in Singapore, it was in year 2000, and at that point of time, nobody knew what rice bran oil is. They even thought like rice bran is a brand.
The rice
But,
Because brand, right?
yeah. But essentially, rice bran has a lot of benefits. It has gamma oryzanol. It has high in vitamin E. It's very good for the skin. It has lower in saturated fats. So yeah, and a very stable cooking oil for if you were to deep fry things, and it wouldn't change the properties. Some of the oil isn't as, we call it the high smoking point. Our oil has high smoking point where it is stable even after at a certain degree when you are frying.
I see. So perfect for deep frying.
Yeah, deep
because
frying.
oils like
Olive.
olive oil,
Yeah.
you cannot deep fry. It's usually used for light cooking,
Exactly.
like pastas or
The
spaghetti,
funny thing
right?
is, like my even my relatives, right?
Right.
They were telling my mom, "Hey, I'm so healthy. I use olive oil, even for all the deep frying stuff." Then we are like,
Oh no. Yeah.
please don't. Yeah, but I guess that's the thing. Also with Asian culture, we have certain types of cooking that is very in our culture. Deep frying being one of them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So that kind of also caters to that.
I love that y'all are talking like y'all really know cooking. Do you cook at home? Like good cooks.
She's a better cook than me.
Oh, okay.
I can say.
One day, okay.
I will only say my mom trained me well. All credits go to my mom.
So
Aw.
her flex is she can cook 3 meals,
But not
3
three.
dishes, 1 soup in half an hour.
My goodness. I need to like send some rice and oil over already. Then so you can just like use it in your recipes.
Yeah, I guess the thing is for me, a little bit sidetracked, but I think for us or in my family, meals are very important. So from young, we started off from I think primary school. We have daily dinners at the table, full family. So we just shift the timing as we grow up, right? So we went from like 6 o'clock to 7:30, so on and so forth. So to me, I think cooking plays a very important role, not just in the culture, but in family context as well, where we get to sit down for a meal.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that it's kind of funny because in Asian culture, I would say almost, now I sound like a rice ambassador, but I would say that rice feels like a symbol of love.
It definitely is.
I tell you why. Because when your Asian parents, when you go back home, the first thing they ask is 吃饭了没有?
是.
So my grandma also 吃饭了没有?
Yeah.
So to me, that is like the Asian Chinese representative, you know. Yeah. Although I'm a
truly
more
agree.
noodle person, but you know.
It's okay. We all love carbs. all kinds of carbs. We love.
Yeah, but I think the representation, the symbolic meaning is there. Lah. That's why, yes, I like cooking too.
Definitely.
Yeah, teary because
Teary.
touched.
I'm a very emotional person. Yes.
Which is great. I'm also a very sensitive person. Like usually, like in my family, I'm like the most like in touch with my feelings. Yeah.
I think it's very important to express these days, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and it seems like for the older generation, especially our grandma and our mother, it seems like this 吃饭了没有 is the sole expression of love.
Yeah.
They won't say things like I love you or you have done well, maybe not, but 吃饭了没有? Yeah, long
it's
day
a
at
form of
work.
love.
If you have a bad day at work, you come home, then they see that you are a bit affected emotionally, they'll ask you 吃饭了没有?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a connotation of love. Like for me, rice is really an emotion, it's culture, it's a feeling that your grandma, your mom gives you. And yeah, you're right. I think it's a symbolism of love. Yeah, and that's why it's so important to all of us.
I love it. Tell me a little bit more about the SongHe Plus.
Ah,
Right, how did
okay.
that come about? And I feel it's also one of the milestones of the company.
Yes. I think traditionally rice has always been something that serves as comfort, like we are saying on the fact that it's a symbolism of love. It, we can't live without rice in an Asian family, right? And SongHe Plus is us trying to reinvent rice by preserving the taste and the emotion that people have with rice, but plusing and adding more nutrition to it, such as zinc, fiber, iron, and dietary fiber that in any rice you can't find.
I see.
Yeah.
How did that idea come about?
So I'm so glad my elder brother, Jerry, is also the MD of the company. 7 years ago, he had this idea and he kind of like drew it on a little paper, like a 2D drawing of SongHe Plus. And his whole idea of having an enriched product, because he has seen since 7 years ago, there's a lot of enriched products across like milk, bread, like milk powder, is actually getting very prevalent for the modern diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he had that vision that he would want to launch SongHe Plus in due time.
Wow, 7 years ago.
7 years ago. But during then, he was one of the first few that entered the business. And he didn't have resources like us, like his siblings. And now that he has us, we are a team trying to push SongHe Plus into the market now as Singapore's first enriched chicken rice.
Yeah. So you mentioned SongHe Plus combines two things, right?
Yes.
First is you preserve the emotions, the culture, the taste when it comes to eating rice.
Yes.
But it has the plus element.
Correct.
Yeah, so based on what is out there in the market for other types of enriched rice, whether it's brown rice or do you call it enriched rice?
Oh, yeah. So brown rice is still rice. We don't usually call that enriched rice.
Okay.
So in Singapore, we are the first company to actually launch enriched rice.
I see.
So it involves fortification of, so to speak, these nutrients. We put it in a form of a rice grain, and then we blend it with our original SongHe Thai Home Mali rice in a pack.
I see.
Yeah.
I was about to ask what the fortifying means because to all the amas and aunties, right?
Yes.
They buy rice, right? What is this fortified
Yes.
thing inside? So it's basically a blend with the rice that you already have.
Yes.
I see.
It's a blend of nutrients with the original rice that we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in a pack, if you were to throw it out into like a bowl, you can actually see the difference in the grain. As much as we try to make SongHe Plus enriched rice grain to look like a grain, there is a little bit of difference. It's a little bit more pale white in color. And this is actually purposefully made to let people see like, hey, these are the nutrients that you're going to get despite not changing the whole behavior of cooking rice.
Yeah.
You know, you're just gonna cook the same way, you're gonna rinse the same way. Even how many times you wash it, the nutrients won't go away.
Okay.
But we also want them to see it so
Right.
that they know that it's there.
So
it's
there's a
being very real.
visual reminder.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot of enriched products, I mean, in the market, and when because they are all mixed in a formula, unlike rice, and a lot of them are like saying, oh, we can't tell whether that they're in there. At SongHe, we try to make SongHe Plus in a way that, oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can feel it. And then over time, we hope that you can feel the nutrition that impacts your immunity.
I think that's very smart because I mean honestly it was one of the things that my auntie said. You say plus 20% calcium. How I know? So
Yeah, exactly. It's a real thing.
Quite
Yeah,
legit
yeah.
concern.
So like I'm just paying more lah, but I don't know. But in this case, we can literally see it lah.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you get the whites to come out?
These nutrients go through a heat extrusion in the lab.
Okay.
And so once they are formed in a grain and packed in a grain, right? When we wash it and when we cook it, normally when you put water and then you close the rice cooker, right?
Yeah.
When you open it, it dissolves as part of the cooked rice. Okay,
Yeah.
Also, it kind of dissolves and then get absorbed by the rice, and you are eating the rice lah, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Oh. And by the way, I'm so glad because we say rice cooker, right? So we won't get blasted by Uncle Roger.
Exactly.
Uncle Roger has a pet peeve, right? Because it's Asian culture. We all know how to cook rice properly.
Yeah.
Then in some other cultures, they use boiling pan.
Yeah.
Use
Yeah.
your rice cooker.
Yes, correct.
Okay, I can a bad try of the accent. Please don't blame me for that. So you're talking about product innovation, right?
Yeah.
How does SongHe or Tong Seng Produce balance between innovation and preventing the mess up of something that has already worked traditionally over the long years?
Preventing the mess up. I think as we speak, we are trying to prevent the mess up. I mean, as a family business owner or any entrepreneurs out there, I think we don't have it easy, especially if you are trying to create something new, that you are the first to do it in the industry.
Yeah.
And there's no like playbook or there's no like rule book or like a guide or like a model. It's like, oh, hey, you know, they did this or this is how it should go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so essentially, I think messing up is a part of the process of any entrepreneur's journey.
Yeah.
And I used to worry, or so to speak, our team used to worry about messing up a lot, including my dad, because he always wants us to walk the safer route. You don't know, this is the unknown, it's the journey to the unknown, right? Yeah. And so when we first introduced this concept to him, he was like, really, this is really what you wanted to do? Like, is this what we should go forward with? Yeah. Now we are speaking, you know, we have already launched SongHe Plus, and we're so happy to be on this journey because I feel it's really to enrich people's lives and to value add people's lives without letting them forget that, hey, rice is still a staple and making it more meaningful now with more nutrition.
Yeah.
But I'm curious though, why is it such a big business imperative for you guys to do innovation? Because especially for, I think for legacy businesses, right? It's very easy to say, I already have the past, whatever, 20, 30, or maybe 50 years
Yeah,
of
why do
what
I
is
need to change?
working.
Yeah.
And you can very well just so-called carry on the same way.
Exactly.
So why is it such an imperative for this innovation, you think?
I think that's a very good question. I feel me and my siblings, we sit down a lot. We talk about, we are the key man of the business. We chat a lot, we discuss a lot, what is our direction moving forward. And of course, there are many, so to speak, concerns across us and of course even our senior management, right? Our senior directors, and saying like, this is something very huge, this is something very unknown. In their opinion, it's almost not rice anymore because it's delving into science and nutrition.
Right.
It's something that we are not very comfortable with. But I feel like our team, or so to speak, me and my siblings, we want to make something on our own. We feel like innovation is so important because we really need to meet the needs of the modern diet, and we can just don't even innovate and be lazy and just let it all, right? But I feel we want to make a change, a positive change in Singaporeans. Yeah. So for the last 35 years, we grew from just a humble distributor to an importer of rice, and then now we have big goals to be a rice exporter.
Wow. That's a total change in direction.
Super.
Yeah.
So we used to only serve one market, which is Singapore, right?
yeah.
And then now we're looking at 4 to 5. We're investing in a rice mill in Cambodia and making us as a HQ to really bring rice to more people and making sure that people eat rice for the next generations.
Well, I feel like it's insane because
Yeah.
from Singapore, right,
Yeah.
where we have no natural resources, to
Yeah.
become an exporter of rice.
Exactly.
That's a change of mindset, I would say.
Yeah.
This definitely is. A lot of people are like, huh, how can a Singaporean company be a rice exporter? It's like 是笑话吗? Like really, honestly, a lot of people are skeptical. But we have proven we have sales now, and it's slowly growing.
Wow.
Yeah, literally, my brothers are flying day in day out to Cambodia, Thailand, UK, US to really do that sale and then to make that connection abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that really stood out to me is the science of modern diet. But because I learned from geography. I'm not sure if geography or history in the past, right? It used to be us buying raw produce just as they are, right? But as the population grow bigger, as our nutrition requirement also changes, then there start to be more genetically modified food like corn.
Yeah.
Right. And it was
Yes.
necessary because they were trying to close the gap of a nutrition deficit in a particular country. And that saved many lives as well, right? So I think there is a change in the way people are consuming food. And now that we are a lot more sedentary,
So sedentary.
yeah, and we have a lot more artificial foods in the market, then it naturally means that our modern diet is changing, right? And therefore, it means that we are solving even more complex nutritional problems.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the fundamental nutrition in how we view where the nutrition come from has changed drastically already. I mean, it's interesting also. This I don't know if it's real. Is that someone pointed out that for the same amount of greens that we are eating, we're getting less nutrition than way before.
Ah.
So this is
Interesting.
something that I didn't know as well. So it's a pretty interesting idea, and therefore I think the scientific. I mean, I'm a bioscience student, right? So the scientific advancement of trying to cover that gap and match that is quite a big thing, I think.
Big dreams.
Yeah.
Tong Seng Produce heaven.
Super big dreams. Yeah.
I love it. Oh, I wanted to say also, like, it's a Singapore pride thing because I speak to a lot of business owners. And of course, everyone says that Singapore market is small. So they're all looking to go overseas, looking for
Yes.
opportunities to go abroad as well. And it's a Singapore pride for us to be able to fly the Singapore flag overseas.
Super.
Yeah, so looking forward to the progress of Tong Seng Produce, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, as our role model.
Aw.
Open the market so we can enter.
We all enter together, okay?
Yes. Point, right? Yeah, very importantly.
Someone needs to fly the flag there,
Yes.
put it there first, then we're all like, there, go.
Exactly. 岔旗先去那边跑先来岔旗先，哎，过来。
And I
Yes,
think
leader of
that's
the
what
pack.
Bread Talk and Group did very well in the past, right? They
Oh,
brought a
yes.
lot of food brands overseas.
Yeah, I think Tai Fong, I think Bread Talk, and a lot of even I think I've seen Song Fa and Pu Tian. Also.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
all overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm so proud of them because really they are the bigger boys and we honestly look up to them. And I feel really like the other markets have different challenges that
Yeah.
coming from different, like the whole demographics, the culture, the way that they do business is so very different.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad to have my brothers and my siblings with me to actually do this.
Oh, I love it.
Mm.
Yeah. I want to talk about newer brands with no legacy but lots of hype, right? How do you compete with them, especially now that distribution becomes very accessible?
Right.
So I can have a random homegrown store, maybe import something from overseas and then distribute in their own Lazada, Shopee store. Or now some of the consumers are buying directly from Taobao, directly from China as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you, what is Tong Seng Produce position on this?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share, even as a consumer, I buy from Taobao. Everybody buys from Taobao. I literally have friends who buy their whole furniture, their whole housing furnishings from Taobao.
Yeah.
And I feel like every consumer has a choice, and they can make their choice to like buy from Taobao or anywhere else. And I don't think that it's anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's because they're their own preference. But I feel like for rice and for food, it's something more important, and it's something that you ingest into your body. And I feel at Tong Seng Produce, we are very proud to say that we are ISO 22000 certified. ISO 22000 actually means that we have standards in food safety. We have rounds of audits. We make sure that we maintain the standards in dealing with food in our warehouses, and to make sure that we have these stringent standards to take care of food safety for our consumers. And I feel anything that is food or like, maybe that is in contact with your skin or going into your body should be, consumers should look out for more certifications or like standards to actually back that up.
Yeah. And not just rely on social proof and testimonials.
Well, I mean, I can add on. My relative, one of my family members was technically Chinese, born in China, but not Chinese anymore, Singaporean. But this was what she said also. She said, I will buy anything from Taobao except anything that I have to eat.
Oh, yeah. 100%. This girl should be on my social media content for something.
It's like, because fake furniture is fine.
Yeah.
But fake food will kill you.
Yeah, exactly. This is so, this is spot on. This is spot on. Yeah.
So it is, even from someone who is originally Chinese, right, who came over, then this was something that she considers as well. So it's, I think that idea of having certain safety around your food, especially things that you're putting into your body, is still important.
I don't dare lah. I still don't dare to buy fresh produce or produce directly from overseas yet.
Correct. I mean, I do see that there's some swing in there, but I think that when it comes to things that are extremely important on a repeatable daily basis, right, I also don't dare.
Okay, so we're all on the same page.
So I think that's the beauty of having a Singapore-owned food brand, right? Because one of the key brand positioning of Singapore brands is that we have trust, we have credibility, and we have our high safety standards.
Exactly.
Yeah, so naturally that becomes well known as for Tong Seng Produce when you are going into export as well.
Exactly.
Just like how Japan is known for their dedicatedness, right, and their eye for detail, right, and electronics.
Yeah.
Right. So in Singapore, we are also known for a certain thing, and that is brand and trust.
Exactly. I feel like very proud to be a Singaporean brand because it also means that, we have standards, and I'm so glad that the government has shaped us to have this type of standards for, for our whatever that we do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's great. So I want to talk about learning from your dad, right? Because as a multi-generation business, unfortunately in the market right now, a lot of people say that businesses 跑不过三代. Right, I'm sure you heard this saying before.
Yes.
I'm not pressuring you, of course. It's a saying in the market.
You see my sweat all come down.
Yeah, so when I spoke to you, right, I realized that you have a lot of very good lessons and principles that you and your siblings have brought into the business, right? So I want to expound a little bit more than that. And the truth is, I went online to search, right? I realized over 60% of private companies and majority of public listed companies in Singapore are, not just in Singapore, but Southeast Asia, are multi-generational business.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's majority,
Wow, I didn't know that we are majority. I always thought like, the entrepreneurs or the big boys, like MNCs.
Well, I guess because, small businesses start and fold quite fast. In that sense. So for certain MNCs or that level, at that level, probably have to cross some generations.
Yeah.
Right.
History and heritage, right?
Yeah.
And I realized that based on the statistics, only 1 out of 4 of them have succession plans. Yeah. So the fact that you have a very solid group of second generation leaders running a very big company in Singapore, I think that's something for us to learn about, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about your understudy with your dad, right? Right. How was it, and what were some principles that you have taken away from him?
Yeah. Throughout this 7 years being in a business, I think, he has taught us so much. Me and my siblings have learned it all, seen it all. But I do have 5 lessons from my tauke, and I'd like to share with your consumers. So number 1 will be, he always stresses that 我们做生意要有诚信. Yeah, Chen Seng in English it actually means being sincere, honest, and credible. And I think he really has shown us, not only say, but shown us how to have sincerity and integrity in running business with people. And so for SongHe, right, we actually have been working with the same supplier for the last 30 years to ensure the consistent quality that we give to our consumers. And it's also, building that relationship closely with, they're more than a supplier now, they're almost like family, and this is really to ensure the consistency of the grains and the quality that we provide to our consumers. Yeah. And I feel like having Chen Seng, he really taught us that it goes a long way because it's really, how to put it, you can have many different suppliers. You can even mix the rice. You can even like have, for cost reasons, maybe you can switch out the rice to be something like of a lower value. But this comes back to the branding. And I feel having Chen Seng and having to build that relationship sincerely and honestly with our suppliers or our consumers is so important.
That's very inspiring, right? Because it's not wrong for a company to prioritize profit margins. It's a different approach, right? So they could be thinking about, I need to have more profits out of the company so I can, pay more or something like it's not wrong. It's a different approach. But the fact that Tong Seng Produce or SongHe have stayed with the same suppliers for 30 years, right, shows something. It's no longer just about supplier relationship.
Exactly.
I think it's more than that.
It's more than that.
So it's part of the business, an extension of the business, right?
Yes.
My takeaway is trust on two sides. Because it's trust between your supplier and your side, and also trust between Tong Seng or SongHe in this case with the consumers. So I think breaking any of that, it's not a good thing lah. You can try to hide, I guess. And that's where the integrity and all the stuff comes in. So I guess trust is a big, I would say, business currency as well that we have to talk about.
Exactly.
If I say what is business built on? Trust, right?
Definitely trust
and relationship.
Honoring that trust, right? People can trust you, but if you let the person down or, then you broke that trust already.
Last time I used to have a friend that says trust is like a piece of paper. Once you crumple it and you try to flatten it again, it will never look the same.
Exactly
so
right.
Exactly.
That
was a good analogy. I learned that when I was 17. That's such a great analogy.
Crumple already cannot be straight, ma.
It can never be straight. No matter what you do, right? You patch it, you try iron it, it will still have the marks.
So it will implicate the business in the long run.
Yeah,
for sure.
What's the second principle?
So he always tells us, 如果小事都不能做，怎么做大事? So this is something he repeats that all the time. And I think like when I just entered the business, I was like, what the heck is that? Excuse me. Excuse my language. So I didn't understand what he meant by that until I have my own team. So, and then I realized that for anybody who comes in or who wants to learn, I think it's so important to start from the basics and to start from the little things. And little things could be, even like jotting down notes. If you can't even like listen to maybe my boss is trying to say or capture everything, then what makes you think like you can run a business or like, do bigger things, essentially. And so this thing really grew in me. And I always remember whenever I'm mentoring my kids, I was like, 小事不能做，怎么做大事? So I feel like for youngsters, or so to speak, millennials and Gen Zs, the younger blood, they're always very eager to perform or eager to take on bigger challenges. But I realized that I really need to train them from the ground, from basics, and then let them slowly come up to a certain level where I can really entrust them with bigger projects. So this thing really ingrained in me a lot.
Very inspiring, right? Because oftentimes, especially for younger generation, they think they're very smart. But it's also true, right? Because they have access to technology way more than the older generation, the boomers. So their access to information becomes very quick and very easy. Right? So naturally, knowledge is at their fingertips. Right? And oftentimes, I speak for myself, right? I'm the Gen Y. Gen Y.
Are you giving away?
So sometimes I will take things for granted. I'll be like, yeah, 老人家, they don't know what they're talking about, right? The world has changed, you know? And therefore, of course, ambition and pride comes in as well, ego comes in as well. So I think it's very common for people to jump in and want bigger responsibilities. For us as business leaders ourselves, we also have a team, right? And we also have bright, starry-eyed, over-eager young people that are incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
Right. But realize that when we give them certain responsibilities, however big or small, if they can take it up and they can do it to the 110%, then from a leader perspective, I will be more confident to give them more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interpret it as two things. One part being the skills and knowledge,
Right.
and one part being the attitude and approach.
Yeah.
Right. So I think, was it Tony Robbins? I cannot remember who taught me this, but they said how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
so
think
it's-
that's exactly what my dad is trying to say.
Yeah, so like the English interpretation, slightly different, because I think one level of it is, of course, you have to train up your skill set, your knowledge, which, like you say, a lot easier for the younger generation now.
Yes.
But the second part of the training that a lot of times I think not aware of or not really communicated across for the younger generation, or maybe just not as experienced, is actually the approach itself and how you go into a project, whatever you're doing, in terms of the attitude and approach. Yeah, so
When you're saying like all the memories of my kids doing work are all coming in. Relatable.
yeah.
So 小事不能做，怎么做大事? Important.
Yeah.
Okay, how about your third one?
Okay. So, my dad and I, we have a same trait. We are both very impatient. But I think it comes, impatient is a bad word.
Yeah.
But I feel like to make it positive is he always asks us to 做东西要快. So he always values efficiency and speed. Yeah. And I remember, oh my goodness, sometimes I always thought like I'm impatient. He's even more impatient than me. So there's one time he actually asked me, Ellie, help me run a campaign done in one working day.
Wow.
I know, a marketing campaign.
Oh.
So literally, and I was like, I told myself like I could have said no because obviously like crazy like one day
Yeah.
But I rose to the challenge and I said okay. So that actually involves liaising with the design, printing, briefing my stakeholders and my whole team, the whole ops, sales, marketing team to make sure that this goes forward, putting out the campaign.
Wow.
And yeah, I did it in one working day.
Wow, you actually did it.
Yeah, I actually did it. And I was like, wow, good job, Ellie.
I mean, from we run a marketing company, I can tell that one day is impossible, please.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people think marketing is very easy. and really I tell you it is not. Okay? It's not just like coming honestly, even though like, we did like the whole campaign in one day.
Yeah.
But it's almost impossible and I don't honestly I don't how do I put it? Support that because marketing requires a lot of planning. It's not just like coming out with the design within 2 minutes or like a poster. Okay, it's a lot of planning. It's a lot of strategic like thinking or what the word down to the word choice, where the elements should be at, whether it is speaking to the audience and whether it's the right audience. It's a lot of planning and people don't see that. And yeah, I always tell my team, marketing team is like the silent pillars of Tong Seng Produce. Really, literally our group name is called Silent Pillars.
The silent supporters.
Yeah, silent supporters, It's like, yeah, but I always feel like marketing is always like back end and a lot of hard work is not really seen. Yeah, and yeah, kudos that we are all here doing marketing stuff and trying to make a good thing out of this. Out of our work.
So 做东西要快 is interesting, right? Because I think for a business level, it's also about having that opportunity and striking it while fast or striking it while the iron is hot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
My
any thoughts on this?
I do. Maybe slightly different.
Okay.
My mentor once told me this. We were at that point in time. I was a magician, so we were attempting a Singapore Book of Records.
You are a magician.
Yes.
For 15 years. That was a past life.
No way.
Yeah, past
I'm
life.
not joking.
Really?
Yes.
You can
Okay.
search her online.
No, please don't.
I will. Okay, wait. Sorry, fun fact. Yesterday night, I just had a media tasting. I befriended 2 new magician friends.
Oh.
And they were like showing me magic. And then I'm like, wow, hey, this is very interesting. Like how you do the, like what, like the, can see, cannot see. And then like, magically making this thing appear. It's so impressive. Okay, sorry. Too much information, a little bit
it's good,
digression.
it's
But
fun.
yeah, so
yeah.
I witnessed how amazing a magician can be. But please share.
Yeah. So at that point in time, it was my mentor. So I was a crew for this particular show. And we were attempting for 15 illusions in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
so-
does that even mean?
Basically, at every point in time, we are clocking 5 minutes and there must be a certain magic effect done, but in stage illusions, right?
Okay.
So, of course, we were training for it and we had to train, right? Because everyone, 5 minutes, the stage is fixed, right? So,
Okay.
in that sense, the size is there. You have to move around each other,
Yeah.
right? We have maybe, I can't remember how many crew exactly, maybe about 3 or 4 crew. And then there's 2 performers. Right, so it's a big, small stage and stuff. You're banging into each other. 2 crew is trying to get the next illusion ready. You are trying to fix this illusion.
Yeah, like
The
running one,
performer is
right?
doing
Yeah,
that,
because
right?
you really are like
Yeah.
every minute, every second counts.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Because 1 minute you have to basically do 3 illusions. right?
Yes.
Which is quite hard. So one thing that I learned in terms of efficiency from him was
Okay.
that after a while he got very exasperated with us. Then he stopped everything and then he said, guys, I don't need you guys to do things fast. That's the wrong idea. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Oh.
So I guess what he's trying to point at in terms of efficiency was that we are not trying to rush for speed, right? What is fast in this case is efficiency.
Yes.
How can we efficiently move around each other, right? And doing things right at the first go. Because when you do things right, then you don't need to restart.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think that efficiency is not necessarily the speed per se, right? Because I think these two quite distinctly different.
Yeah, of course.
But a lot of times people put those two together, but we're really talking about doing things right at the first one go. So that is my interpretation of efficiency. Yeah. And it's very funny because my mom is also like that. She's like, I am very patient with okay, I'll say this, but don't get offended. I'm patient with stupid people, but I cannot be patient with inefficient people.
Oh, yes. I mean, oops. Agreeing with your mom, but I think I get where she's coming from. Yeah.
Yeah.